Hi guys, just give me a second to set up, and hey Jeannie, and I'll be right with you. Hi Annie. Okay. No, I haven't started well, I guess I have started scrapbooking. Mm-hmm. Hey Mary Beth. Um, okay, for today's chat, I'm going to show you a project I've been working on. I'm not going to color today. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a cold. Yeah, ever since I came back from New York, I think my niece and nephew had like slight colds when I was there, and when I came back, I was like wiped, and my life has been crazy in the month of October. So hopefully it's settling down. I did get to do this project, and I'll tell you about another project that I'm getting into next, but I'm gonna do this. Hi, Laura Lee. So, no, I missed Pug's last chat, and well, I was there, but I wasn't like typing or chatting with anyone because I was tired, and I don't know, I was just like in the mood to, mellow out and just listen. It was funny because she brought up enabling in the last chat that I was in, which was like a week ago. And it's so funny because me and my friend Celeste, Prismatic Addict, we are the worst at enabling each other. So, yeah, I'm not gonna leave this up as the chat. I'm not gonna leave this up as a chat. I'm gonna take it down. I want to edit out some of the banter, and I'm gonna leave this up because I think this will help a lot of people who do YouTube and coloring in general. Yeah, the birds are in a good mood. Okay, so my nails are ratchet. Don't judge. Don't judge me, people. Don't judge me. I've been working. Okay. So we got a few people in here, and I'm going to start because I'm going to leave this up. What is this? Okay, yeah, I know. It's a scrapbook. It looks like a scrapbook, but is it a scrapbook? No, it's not. Well, it is a scrapbook, I guess, but it's more than that. And I don't know how many people are in the planning community here on YouTube, but I watch like 100 videos a week on the from the planning community. Yeah, I can't structure my life like that, but I do enjoy a good planner. Like, I start off 2000 and the year 2018. I started out really good, and then I usually end up in a complete disaster by the end of the year. It never lasts the whole year, but I do try at the beginning, and I always try with a planner. But my big problem is I never find a planner that's like perfect for me. So what do? You got to DIY it. So this is my attempt at my yearly planner. This is not like my planner that I would put appointments in, like doctor's appointments. I got a small book for that I keep in my purse. My calendar is on my computer, so I really don't need a book for that. Recipes, I know my recipes. People meal plan and they have planners. I almost got a meal planner because we're trying to eat a little healthier. So yeah, I do meal planning, but I don't really need a book for that. What I needed a book for was to keep my coloring intact. I start different pages and then I forget, and I want to do a YouTube video, and everything is all over the place. And then I put it on little pieces of scrap paper, my color blends, this and that, and then the scrap paper ends up on the floor, and my craft room looks like a complete disaster. So this is what I did. This is a coloring organizing system. It's not really a book, and I'll show you why in a minute and what I did. It's everything that I need to keep my coloring hobby flowing right and not missing things coming up, coloring contests, my different groups, and just keeping everything in that part of my life straight. And I did it as an organizing system instead of a book because, well, one, I couldn't find a book that mimicked this, and two, I wanted to have fun creating it. So, I mean, I buy scrapbooking supplies constantly, even though I don't scrapbook very often. And you do too? Yeah, they're just so cute. So I wanted to show you what I did, with, keeping with the coloring hobby. This is not a book at all, to be perfectly honest. You'd be very surprised what it is. It's a canvas, a painting canvas, two of them, taped together. And it's not really taped. This is vinyl, and I'm going to show it to you in a bit. I vinyled the heck out of this whole entire thing. About a year ago, I was sponsored by a vinyl company to do YouTube video and, you know, social media on them. And I fulfilled my promise to them, and they gave me a ton of vinyl supplies, which was great, except I don't have a Cricut. But I am considering it now. I really enjoyed doing the vinyl, and I think I'm going to get a cutter. You have one? Do you like it? I've been getting mixed reviews on the different brands. I mean, it's just, I'm mulling it around in my mind because I did enjoy this. And I've made a couple of other vinyl projects. Yeah, the birds. You guys know, when I start talking, the birds start chirping. That's because I'm part of their flock. But as I was saying, what I did was I took two painting canvases. Now, I don't know, I don't think I made this up. I think maybe in the recesses of my mind a long time ago, I saw somebody do this. So I'm not going to take full credit in thinking this up because I don't remember the video. I don't remember watching a video, but then I have this nagging feeling that you got this idea from somebody else. I wish I knew who, but let's just go on from there. I give somebody out there in the world credit. So what I did is I took two canvases. They're 12 by 12, and I decided to put vinyl all over it. It's like sticker. And then I scrapbooked the top with different things that I wanted. And then because the canvases are pushed together and it has the base, the inside is cut out. And I'll show you in a minute what I did with that. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And I have so many scrapbooking supplies. It was like really not expensive for me. And especially when you use the Hobby Lobby coupon. Always use the coupon. So on the cover, I put a Velcroed pen. Now this is a special magic marker pen, and I'll show you why I'm using this one. But I just put some Velcro on it so that it doesn't end up on the floor or back in my pen. And then I monogrammed it, of course. I put my name. Over here, I created a pocket because I'm always having scraps of things, grabbing scraps. So I created a little pocket, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was $14.99, but they were having a paper studio sale, 50% off. So I grabbed it because I know that I always use paper tape eventually. You know, the decorative tape, washi. This is not washi, but washi is a brand, I'm assuming. So this is by Paper Studio, and I got this whole tube for $7, a little bit over $7. Yeah, they do. Paper Studio seems to be the one that they really fixate on. They must mark it up like a ton because they're always doing Paper Studio sales. over here was another paper studio, which I also got on sale. And it's by Spare Parts. They have the cutest things. And these are little things you glue on, and you can make like tucks in them. You can use them just as corners, as decorative, but sorry about that. What I liked about it is that you can put them in the corner and then tuck things into it. So I can remove this, change this up, put it back in, and it holds really good. Like, this is not going anywhere. And what this is going to be my running list of pencils that I need to repurchase. And we all have them. We run out of a pencil. You know what I'm talking about. This was on clearance, and eventually I'll run out of these, of course, but I'll make a, copy of one so that I never run out. I left this top one decorative, so I'll always keep this on top of it so I can actually put just anything underneath it. This is going to be permanent. So you can see I have more than one under here. And I just put a decorative, clip to keep them. So this is going to be my supplies that I want to buy if I know a sale is coming up or whatever. This is where I'm going to put it. And then hidden is something I'm always in use of, and I never know where it is when I need it. If you untuck this, which I velcroed shut, I hid my little arrows. And we know when you want, like when you're going through a book and there's a page that you want to do and you want to specially mark it, I always use those little arrows and I make a little tag. So, but sometimes I don't know where it is and I end up with those scraps of paper all over the place. So now I have a place. I'll always keep this filled. Just keep refilling it and I'll always have it here. So the cover is really functional, not just, decorative. I mean, I put a couple of bling, some on here. I actually had this whole thing blinged, and for whatever reason, I didn't put enough glue, and I lost a lot of these rubbing, which gave me the idea that I'm going to have to be careful with this book, and so I'm not going to replace the bling on here. I might replace this because it's not, quote, quote, perfect. That's just me. So this is my outside cover, and before I go inside it to show you what I did on the inside, I'm going to show you how I did the vinyl. This is just a small little example of what I did for the entire book. So you get the vinyl, it comes in large sheets. The ones that I have were 12 by 12, and this is just a piece of scrap, and this is just a piece of scrap cardstock. So what you do is you have to be very careful in peeling this. What I do to keep it from rolling is I do it down, holding it down, sticky side of course up, and then I peel gently. And this way, when I'm done, it ends up flat, and this works even with larger sheets. If you're ever working with vinyl, it sticks to itself, you destroy it. So that's how I have it. On really big sheets, of course, I have somebody helping me. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to vinyl this other side. So I have the sticky side up, and I'm going to place this right in the center. And I'm going to gently push out the air. When you're working, not so much with a smaller piece, but with a larger piece, it makes a difference. Because what you'll do is get air on the other side. And I'll show you what I do when I do get air. But this doesn't have any. This is pretty much perfect. And then I want to do the corners. I want flat corners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over like such. Fold it over. And I'm going to do this for all the sides. Now remember, I did this for everything in the book. Or the system. Yeah, I'm not looking up, I'm sorry. I'll answer questions in a minute. And then I have that. And then I just easily fold it. And press it. I do have a bone. Yeah, I have one of those scrapbooking things, and I do use it, but I didn't get it out now. For the larger things, I use it. And then we have a vinyled card. Now, of course, that doesn't look good, and I'm only using this as a piece of scrap. And then what I did for this book is I took some felt and I love this stuff, Eileen's tacky glue. I just went to Hobby Lobby the other day and I bought one of the big containers because I use this a lot, and my dad stole it from me because he's working on a project that just happened to say, he comes out with, as soon as I got home from Hobby Lobby, he's like, have you ever heard of Eileen's tacky glue? And there I'm sitting with in my bag, I didn't even get my bag in the house, with a brand new bottle of it. And I'm like, I laughed, I'm like, you mean this, Dad? And he's like, oh, you know what it is. And I never saw it again. He took it. So I'm going to use my finger. You don't have to use your finger. You can use a brush, whatever. I don't like to leave felt, like gluing felt down with just the bottle when you like pour it out, because you will get the lumps. And you want to get your corners nice and smooth. Okay, let's get the glue off my finger. You really want to have clean hands when you're touching felt. You don't really want glue on them. But for the sake of, I'm not going to go wash my hands now. So, I'm going to just tack it down. Get all the air out. You don't really have too much of a problem with felt, but you want to get all your corners, everything down. See, that's what happens when there's glue. It dries clear, but it's never the same. It's never, you know, perfect. And then I would wait for this to dry, but I'm not going to do that. Hi, Helen. And how's your husband? Everything's good? Okay, so I'm just looking down. I'm not looking at my computer. Just 1 second. And that's what we have. Let it dry, and I did this all throughout the book. So now that you know that I did this, I don't have to keep repeating myself. You know what I did to make all the cardboard in here. And of course, this is just a scrap. It's not measured out or made straight or anything like that. But that's what we have. You can use it as a coaster. Not that I will, but you can use those as coasters. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back, the book. Now that I got it open, sorry about that. I haven't tacked these books down yet. I was going to put some Velcro in it, but let's start with this side and I'll show you what this is. Now for those of you that do YouTube, I know there's a lot of people in here that do the color alongs and all of that. You'll appreciate this, and this is strictly because I needed it. I made, well, I'll show you this, what this does. This is the insides of the canvas. I created these little books that go inside the canvas, so you can actually see I vinyled everything. This isn't taped down yet, so if it moves, sorry. And then I created these books. And you can see where I did the vinyl exactly the way I did in the demonstration, and you can see that I used the blue felt on it. Now, this is a different type of vinyl, and remember when I was telling you about the pen that I have to keep separate? Let me see if I can grab it off the book. This is eraser board. It does work on all vinyl, so maybe this is just white, but it's extremely shiny, just like any eraser board. I bought it in large strips, and this I bought on Amazon. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I put it on my table, my crafting table. It cleans up like a dream. So I did this, that is say I'm working on a coloring page, and I'm going to need to title it because I do the a video. So the color organizer. And I could just throw up some titles, but what's really good about this, and then I could put tags that I think of during this, or maybe some notes, whatever. And what's good about it is that you don't really need it after you make the page or whatever. It just wipes right off with the back of this marker. It's an eraser. And look how easy that is to clean it up. So this is exactly what I needed for that purpose. So we have that, and of course I made it pretty. If it doesn't have glitter, it doesn't count. You guys know me. I have to have my glitter. And what's nice is this glitter doesn't really come off. It's part of that tape that I showed you before. In fact, you don't see it in here because I used it up. I used the whole roll on it. It was my favorite one. So, gotta have your glitter. So I'm going to open up the book, and not much inside, but you would be surprised. Okay, so you know how like books are always coming out, and authors and people suggesting, like, you ever go into like Pugs live streams and people they're throwing out books and this and that, and you want to enjoy it, but you don't want to go shopping yet. Well, I found a place to put all books that I want to look at later on, and I put one of those to do things on here, and I used on the back of this tape, two-sided tape, because it comes right off the vinyl. So when this is filled up and I don't need it anymore, I can just toss it and add another one. And then here's just another one I created, like this little glittery pocket. I got this glitter cardstock at Walmart. It was 2 sheets for like $1, something like that. And I used the tape. I did 2 boards. No, 1 board on this because I didn't put felt. I just did both sides with the vinyl. And so it holds together nice. It's perfect. It's exactly what I needed. And it's nice and flat. And then I did one for color blends. You can see where that other cardstock scrap came from. And I did it in the exact same way. And this is for color blends. And I figured that if I'm like watching a video, and I usually don't do the color alongs exactly the way people do it, But sometimes I do see a color blend that I really like, and I jot it down, and of course it stays on my desk, and then it's on the floor, and then it's, you know, all over the place, and I lose it. So now I have a special place to put some of the color blends that I see that I like, and I always know it's here. There's a reason I did this all in felt, and I'm about to show you that reason, which I think is like the smartest thing that I have come up with in this whole system. So I have this book, and it's just like this felt cover like thing, and I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to show you the other side, because I think a lot of people are going to go, oh wow, that's so cool. Okay, the inside, this is a 12 by 12 canvas, and the inside was 9 1/4. For the covers, I used foam. You know, the foam board? So you can see it's slightly thicker, like a book cover. So that's what's inside of that. So that slides right in flat. Now, what is this thing that I have taped on here? This is not taped. This is actually, okay, it's Velcroed. So this piece comes on and off that I can use. And probably thinking, well, what is that crazy thing? Let me just put it back. I'm going to open up this, and I'm going to show you. And I did this also, the 9 1/4. Don't make it any bigger than that, because then you have trouble getting this out. I left it 9 1/4 so that I had room enough to put my finger in there and slide it. For whatever reason, the other side came out a little bit larger. I guess I didn't measure very well, but this one I know I measured really well, and it's 9 1/4. What the heck is this? Okay, another inside Velcro. What I did was I just used the hooks side. I don't have the other like round part. And I'll show you, they came in these nifty tags, little tablets or whatever. And this is the felt side. And then you have the hook side. I'm only using the hooks at this point now. And I got this off of Amazon also. I think I got 1,000, I don't know, it's like $9, and I got 1,000. It's actually only 500 pairs, but it's 1,000 pieces. Okay, so you're coloring. And if you're like me, you are working on more than one piece at a time. You can make a couple of these little boards for as many as you're used to coloring, if you're 2, 3, whatever. I took my label maker, and you can write it, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be perfect, fancy, or anything like that. I just did it, my label maker. I attached it to some cardstock, and I added, you could see the hook side. This flattens out into the book, and it stays, like it doesn't move until I want it to move. So so I'm coloring, and I got my jasmine out. Okay, it just happens to be jasmine in my hand, and I'm coloring with the jasmine. When I'm done, I put it here. Then I get out Blue Lake, coloring with the Blue Lake, blush pink, however, cloud blue. Well, tape didn't stick on this. Okay, the cloud blue. And then, of course, my daughter calls me on the phone, and my husband starts screaming he wants to eat dinner, whatever. I'm sneaking in a few minutes of coloring. There's the colors that I'm using. Shut my book up. Take out the coloring book, which I will show you this one. This is my newest one I just got today. There's my little bookmark. Close it up. clean up my pencils because I'm not going to be using them until later tonight. I don't want them falling on the floor. We all do that. I can clean my pencils up without thinking about it. Later on, I'm coloring again. I go to my page. There's my the colors I was using for this page. I just pop them back out, and I've got a running list of everything. So that's good for the average colorer, you know, that knows that they're, you know, if you're working on 2 or 3 pages at a time, you just make, you know, two or three sets of labels. You can do them. I know I'm going to show you my Brother printer. I love this thing. It's so easy to use. And the last thing I did on there was books. So you type in books, you do your label. It has frames, it has symbols, a template library, different fonts you can change up. So I love this thing. I think I got it like $35 on Amazon. What's a little bit more expensive is the rolls of label tape. But, I mean, really, how much are you, after I do this, how much labeling am I going to do on everything in my house? So you just push print. How many copies you want. It has 1. You can make it up to 9 and print. And I have, well, the books, but I have a second label. You can get this in different colors. So you can keep your sets as different colors, which is really good. So that's what I did as far as making those. It was very easy. Just a little bit of time consuming, but you do it in front of the television. And so there's, you got that. When you're done, all your little labels slip back in the book. I made enough for the 150 set. That's why I left, you know, 2 Velcro sheets so that I'll have them. Stick it back in the book. And I'm ready to do my next page. And that's how I'm going to keep all my stuff intact. These little bookmarks and my labels. I don't have all of them in there. I haven't put them in yet. I have to put the Velcro on some of them. But hopefully this is going to work. I'm going to have to get going in a few minutes. My goddaughter just got here. I'm babysitting. She's here for 3 days a week, so she just got back from school. So I just wanted to do a flip through. I got this book today. I love it. I always love her books. This is Emanuela Collin. She does the Colorige Wild books. This is the second one. I have the first one. She also sells prints. And what I love about her books is the paper is really thick. Like, this is really good paper. The second book, it's not as thick as the first. I don't know if she went with a different paper, but it's not as thick. I kind of like the thinner paper. The other one was really good for like painting on. It's just, it wasn't a coloring book type paper that you would normally see. And so it was kind of hard to fill in the ridges really, really well, but it colors fantastic. So these are frameable. The paper is really good quality. This is, and it's perforated, so easily cut out of the book. And her books are just adorable. And I just wanted to do a really quick flip through for you. She does 2 of each, so I'm only going to flip through half. This one is a must do. There's a really cute one in here too, but it has a spider, and my family's not great on spiders. I don't know what family is, but she always does her little children naked. But it's cute, you know, it's like sweet. This is another one that I'm going to do. I love this one. This is the one I would have definitely have done this one, except it has like this Black Widow coming down off her head, and nobody in my family is going to appreciate this. So this will probably just be another one of the keep in the books. You can't screw these up. The way she does the coloring in the books, like her shading, this is for all skill levels, because you could just do a light color on it and not much blending, and it comes out like you blended the heck out of it. So that's another thing I love about her books. This book is something that a kid, well, not that you would want it because they're kind of expensive, but if I gave one of these pictures to my goddaughter who's 7, her picture would come out really nice too. So this is another really cute one. I love her face. She does a lot of side profiles, not as many front profiles. So I like doing fronts a lot, and I could do a lot with her eyes. And so this is going to be a definite one that I do. You see, she does a lot of the side profiles. See, another one, this would have been great to do, but not with the spider. You get a little itchy with the ants crawling in her hair too. I'm not huge on bugs. Here's another one with lots of bugs in the leaves. I like this one. Not much shading you could do with the hair, so this might not get done, but it's pretty. And this, of course, is the cover, which is nice. I've seen this one done before, multiple times on Instagram. Another good one. And you could see this really, if you love your flowers, it's definitely a naked little girl. It's cute. And older. She does a lot of young little girls, and we're starting to get into the duplicates. This is one that I'm going to be doing. I saw somebody on one of my coloring groups, and it might have been Color Blends, because I go a lot on that group. That's like my main go-to group. And they did this iridescent, and so I wanted to try that iridescent feather look. You know, just something different. So yeah, we're up on the doubles. Very adorable. So, okay, so this is her newest. And you can get them, I believe, it's in her Etsy shop is where I buy these. They are not cheap. I think the shipping, because we're shipping out of the United States, I think the shipping costs me as much as the book, but that's okay. You know, when you want it, you want it. And she's definitely worth the upper end of the spectrum when it comes to, you know, books. She's worth it. So I'm going to call it, yeah, night-night. I will be back next week. I'm going to start doing my coloring videos much more. Oh, before I leave, I want to just tell you about one more thing. Christmas is coming. Yes, we all know that. The crafting time of the year. I am going to be partnering up with Prismatic Addict. I know she's in the community. She goes into the Hangouts. Her name is Celeste. She's wonderful. She's sweet. Everything good I could say about her. The two of us are going to collab for Colormas. Everybody does Vlogmas. We're doing Colormas. And we'll be doing videos every day, but it's going to be one day on my channel, one day on her next, one day on mine, one day on next. We have a lot of really adorable pictures to do, tutorials, pictures, and the best part is we have some really, really good giveaways. So I'll leave her. I'm going to redo this video, today's chat. I'm going to do it in, run it through my editor, edit out some of the banter because we've been doing this for over an hour. And I'm going to just put in the key points and put it together as a video. So I will leave her channel and everything in the comment, in the, the description area below. Subscribe to her. She's so sweet and you will love her. And you probably know her because I do a lot of collabs with her and we're always bantering back and forth. So her name is Celeste and she's Prismatic Addict. And we will see you all through the month of December doing our color miss. And I'm going to say goodnight or goodbye because it's only afternoon. Bye-bye.